Hi, I'm Joy Caffrey, an energy healer, motivational speaker, and life coach, energy coach, and transformational coach. All of those have been terms that people have used when referring to me, and so I'm also referring them right now to myself. I am here and delighted to be talking about Radiant Relationships, a 7-week online course that I created because I'm dealing with the pandemic like so many of everyone else. And I usually teach my workshops in person. And because of the pandemic, I've canceled all my workshops that I had set up for 2020. And I've spent time learning how to turn my in-person workshops into an online course. And the subject of radiant relationships is something that I have been taking a magnifying lens to throughout the years of being an energy healer. So I've been an energy healer for about 28 years now. And I love understanding the movements of energy and how those movements of energy affect our relationships with ourselves, with our loved ones, with our children, with our parents, with our coworkers, anyone that you're in relationship with. Is something that you can take a look at and figure out how you get triggered easily. So this workshop would be good for you if you've been feeling a little bit in a rut, especially with the pandemic going on. Maybe, before the pandemic, we had more separation from our loved ones. And now we're finding ourselves isolated in the same place for longer bouts of time. And maybe we're finding that there's more disturbances or challenges, or even some relationships that are more toxic than we've cared to admit. And this relationship helps us to look at that, to look at how we've contributed to it, and or how to stop colluding with anything that feels that it's bringing us into more suffering, not making us feel where we ourselves are not feeling like we're standing in our radiance. So let me show you the information about this 7-week course. It starts October 28th. It's a in-person live course. Again, it's material that I've been working with for so many years, and I'm really delighted about it. Delighted to be sharing solutions for you so that you can create wholehearted connection, clarity, and confidence in all of your relationships. So this is where I ask are you feeling that you're tired of a toxic relationship, stuck in a rut, surrounded by conflict? Are you finding yourself hiding in the laundry room a little bit longer? Or maybe avoiding conversations, or being more snappy and frustrated, and just getting triggered more easily than you have in the past? Well, this is a great time to take this workshop to look at these 5 movements of moving energy so you can transform old patterns, strengthen your relationships, speak your truth, and enjoy living from your radiance. Recently, someone asked me, well, what's radiance? Radiance is when you are vibrating at the purest essence of your being. And you do that not when you're getting triggered. That's when we go into reaction from safety and we need to hide. But when we can stand confidently and comfortably in the radiance of and the purest essence of who we are, that's radiance. And we notice it when we see a twinkle in someone's eye, and we notice it when we're really drawn to a person and we want to be in their presence. I promised my assistant, Vicky, that I would scroll slowly while I was doing this presentation. So this part of my information page is just reaching out and connecting to you and asking, do you get your buttons pushed? Here's some of the reasons why that happens. And a transformational journey allows for you to liberate yourself out of those suffering patterns. What we're going to be doing in this course is helping you to express yourself with more ease and confidence. Understand how you use your energy and your energetic boundaries. I wish that energy was taught to all of us in elementary school so that we can take more self-responsibility for how we're being in the world, and to to really diminish some of our suffering. Those suffering patterns come from when we were trying to protect ourselves as early as infancy, even in conception, when we were inside our mother's wombs. That's when some of these patterns start. And this work helps us to heal any of those patterns that we absolutely needed for our safety, but now they're hindering us as adults. And we get to look at why are they hindering us as adults. I love the discovery and the deep work that comes out and the profound changes that can happen when we stop acting from automatic pilot behaviors and we move into conscious choice and intention. So a little bit about my background is on the information page. I'll let you check it out and read it. I'll put the link to the information page below wherever this video appears. I've had some testimonials on the page, but what I really want to talk about is the course itself with you. So this is a 7-week live online course. And in week 1, we'll be talking about what is energy dynamics and how do you connect with your own core self? How can you learn to sense your own energy field, understand your energetic boundaries, and understand the 5 movements of energy that we all use? And I'm going to go through them right now as we talk about them for each week. So in week 2, we're going to talk about the diffused pattern of energy, learning how to embody your core essence, your essential nature, learning how to be grounded and oriented and expanded. We'll talk about what that means and how to create safety and overcome anxiety and look at what some of the challenges are, like challenges with time commitments, challenges with money, challenges with feeling like you belong. And what does the gift sets of each of these energy bands mean, like the depth of empathy, the depth of being able to be a visionary and bring the unmanifested into form. So we'll take each week, we'll really dig deep into the energy pattern of each week. And throughout the week, there'll be a community that you can be a part of where we'll talk about our reflections. And I don't like to say homework, but I'll give you play work, playful work that you can do and observations that you can take and contemplative practices that you can do during the course. In week 3, we'll be talking about the pull energy. I don't know if I said week 1 is the diffuse energy. Week 2 is the pull energy, where we learn about connecting without losing ourselves. We learn how to self-reference and self-regulate, how to master self-care, and recognize how our feelings point to our unmet needs. So many times people try to get rid of their feelings by drinking them away, eating them away, scrolling them away, instead of recognizing those feelings help point us to truly what our needs are. And when we recognize what our needs are, we can actually take the strategies to meet those needs. And in week 4, we'll be talking about the compressed energy pattern and what happens when our field becomes so compressed, and how to get more breathing room and make some space, and how to take some of the weight off of that we've been carrying around and release some of the shame that we've been carrying around, and how to find the joy in our own self-expression. In week 4, we'll talk about the push energy and learning how to use that push energy as power with versus power over. So instead of dominating, we can use that energy to push something that maybe is off center back on center. We can learn how to dismantle the imposter syndrome and learn how to trust, and what are we needing to trust, and where have we lost trust, and how did that relate back to our own childhood. I love this work. I think it's fascinating, and I've been really like taking a lens to it for so many years, and I'm so happy actually that the pandemic is offering me this opportunity to stretch this work out over 7 weeks. And I would be delighted to have you in the course with me, taking that deep dive and to really offering yourself the time for transformation. In the energy pattern for week 6 is the stop pattern. When do we stop to create disconnection instead of the beautiful pause of connection? and what's that softer side of rigidity? How do we choose pleasure over perfectionism? And why does that perfectionism make us suffer? Let's dive deep into that. And week 7, we'll take integration of it, holding those keys to full presence and really honoring the gift sets of each of one of those bands of energy, and recognizing how when those energies come at you from a defensive pattern, because we're all using them, how you don't have to react and go into a defense. You can stay neutral in your own radiance and have compassion for what you're seeing. Have compassion for yourself when you catch yourself in a suffering pattern. I'd love to have you join me. It's more than a course, it is a community. And in the community, we have, I'm using the Kajabi platform, which lets us have a private community outside of Facebook. And we'll have topics covering each course, and then topics for inspiration that we share with each other, reflections, how we're handling the work between each course, and really support each other in nurturing ways. So what this course includes, if you register, I'd be delighted, the 7 online live training sessions, exercises each week. I'll be offering in the live training session, I'll offer a guided meditation. I'll show you some breath work. I'll take you through some hand mudras. Hand mudras are ways that we can hold our hands that work with our nervous system and that work with those energy patterns. We'll also look at essential oils. Whoops, wrong direction. Essential oils that we could be using, power yoga postures we can be using, contemplative practices, inspirational quotes, coming up with your own mantras that will help you throughout the day. You know, we're living in a tough time right now. There is a lot going on with the pandemic, with climate change, with politics. We can all use this deep nurturing support on so many levels. And that's what I'm offering in this course, in conjunction with a community, which gets me really excited. If you can't make the course on a particular Wednesday, this starts October 28th, then you can catch the recording that we'll post a day later after each week. Then for each person, I have some bonuses. You can catch the journey of my heart, how I opened up to my healing gifts. People have asked me a lot for that story. So it was actually videotaped back in 2000. So I've even grown so much since then, but you can catch some of that early growth for me. Stephen Kessler is an important part of this course because I'm going to be working from his book, The 5 Personality Patterns, which relate directly to those 5 movement patterns. And so I will correlate those movements to the patterns that he offers in that book. The turning point of awareness is a guided meditation that I offer to help you distinguish the difference between thoughts and awareness, and how instead of beating ourselves up for catching ourselves off of awareness and drifting away, I can help you come back to return to center again and again through awareness. If you are interested in the course, please go ahead and register. There's a single payment of $297 or 3 payments of $107 for 3 months in a row. No matter which one you choose, you still get the bonuses that are being offered. And yeah, like when that registration puts you into the course and also into the community. And I think, and also 30-day guarantee. So jump into the course, spend time with me. If for whatever reason you absolutely doesn't resonate with you, 100% money back. Though what I would rather have you do is talk to me so that I can help you move through whatever challenges you're having that might make you resistant to what's coming up for you or what you're learning. I really want to make it a successful transformation for you. And then on that course page, a little bit more about my background. Feel free to catch that. And then frequently asked questions section. So right away, we have the dates of all of the times. It's October 28th, 1 p.m. starting Central Time. And then each Wednesday for the 7 weeks after that. If you can't attend the sessions, there's recordings. You do need internet and a camera to participate in these live Zoom sessions. And what do I mean by radiance? I already have a different answer, but that radiance is, vibrating at the core essence of your being. Okay. So a couple more questions that you could check out. That's what I have for now. I will put the link below for you to be able to access that information page and to register. I look forward to having you into the course and to making it worthwhile for you and in a beautiful transformational time of growth and self-compassion and self-acceptance. I look forward to seeing you in the course.